What's up, guys? You want corite? I got the info. So, what you want to do? As you saw earlier in that small edit, I hope you appreciate it. I put a lot of effort into that. So, you want to go into the Matrix Marketplace? You gotta sell this stuff, right? Now, how you get stuff to sell on the Matrix Marketplace? Now, there's a few ways to do that. The easiest way, if you've been playing the game for a while, you probably accumulated a bunch of mission tokens. So you go over to the Matrix selections, and over here you have the supply crate, Scorching Fire. You can directly sell these or open them and try your luck. Maybe you might get a bunch of profit on in terms of corite by selling these. Or you could open them. What I did, I opened them and I got around 1,000 corite for the 30 that I opened. Like 1,000 corite value. Now, if you've already done that, how you get more corite is you go over here, Operation Storm, Mashmok. I would recommend hard mode because honestly, normal there's not that many enemies that actually drop anything. So I recommend hard. Obviously, there's gonna be more people and they're gonna be harder to kill. But from what I've seen, people aren't really that good, right? So you'll probably be fine as long as you're careful and looking around in your surroundings. So don't be scared. You can see like combat readiness under 6,000, but combat readiness it really actually means nothing. It's just what you bring in. So maybe just bring in like I don't know, a healing repair station or something. But yeah, that's really all you need. As you see, that boosted me up to combat readiness 1,000. But honestly, it really comes down to skill. And anyways, you don't necessarily need a repair station to call in. There's a bunch on the map. So I'll enter in a match and then I'll show you what you have to keep an eye out for to hopefully get stuff to sell on the Matrix Marketplace. Now, obviously, what you're going to be looking out for is the mod box rares and the mod box flawless. Because those really sell very fast. So if you want fast corite, that's what you want to go for. Alright, well, I'll see you guys in a match and I'll show you the stuffs you need. Okay, so we have found a match. Now, what you do is gonna differ a little bit depending on what spawn you get, because there are different spawns. Obviously, you will not spawn in all the time at the same place, but there's a process you'll probably follow every time that you'll go into Mashmok. So, when you load in, it's gonna be in hard mode. There's gonna be a little bit more enemies, and what you're looking for are heavy enemies, named enemies, right? So those guys, once you kill them, you'll be able to loot their corpse, their body, their wreckage. So yeah, well, I mean, I'll show you an example like right now. They spawn in pretty quickly. Now we spawned in top side. Alright. This is a pretty bad spawn, I would say. It's not the best. Could have been much better. Should be some enemies around here. Actually, I've never spawned in here though. Okay, but anyways. Yeah, so keep in mind of these alerts. With these alerts, you'll be able to make a decent amount. Obviously, I'm playing Aquila, so really got that air mobility. Use that to your advantage. Actually, use any mech you use it to your advantage. Now, obviously, in Mashmok, range and stealth is king. Range, speed is really king. Okay, well, Splitter escaped. But that's fine. Honestly, these barrages are pretty easy to dodge. There we go. Gone. Oh yeah, these big turrets, for some reason, they are considered as heavy, so you'll be able to loot them once you take them out. Don't waste your ammo on shields and stuff. Yeah, well, that's dead. So that's 2 things you can loot already. Now, these are really common, so I'll show you an example right now. If we get lucky or not. Okay, see this? These things? Basically guaranteed to sell on the marketplace. Don't be fooled by the paint kit. They barely sell. I mean, obviously you can use the paint, right? And maybe if there's paint that someone wants. But honestly, really, this is a really hard sell. I've never actually sold a paint kit. Yeah, mod box finds and stuff like that. You can use that on your mech, but honestly, no one uses them. So just use them on your own. And you can't even sell them on the marketplace. Now over here, what do we get? Nothing. Okay, so far, after dropping in, getting a few picks on our area, we have gotten around, I would say 80-ish corite. With the corite tax, it's probably like 70. Remember, if you get less corite, just keep in mind that the Matrix Marketplace does take a cut out of your sale for some unknown reason. I'm not sure why. They could have just left it all. Hey. So yeah, just keep clearing the enemies out. And I'll cut to a point where there's actually some more loot and I actually find a rare kit. Okay, this is actually a really big cluster of things I can sell. Let's see if we get lucky. Oh, also, yeah, these are what you call a named enemy. They're pretty common. They spawn in when you start clearing the area. Just stay in the air and they won't even be able to touch you. Okay, nice. But yeah, just stay in the air and they won't really be able to do anything against you. See, in Mashmok, I recommend you take a very, very mobile mech. Mech that can move around a lot. So yeah. As you can see in hard mode, the enemies, there are a lot of them, but honestly, they're really bad. They don't really do anything against you. Now, the only way you can actually die in Mashmok is if another player catches you off guard, right? But that usually honestly only happens at the time where you're supposed to extract. So you can see on the top of the screen. Right now everyone's looting and all that. But when it comes to extraction, that's when like the actual challenge happens. So I'll show you guys that a little bit later. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things to loot. So I'll see, make a small calculation. Okay, that's worthless. Over here, anything that's we can get that sale. That's like what, 3. This, okay, that's a 20. That's 4 more. So got like 100 core right there. It could have been worse. We got a solid 20 off of that one. Let's see if the troop ship gives us anything better. I highly doubt it though. Let's see. Okay, that's 20, easy 20. Paint kit, that's probably like maybe maximum 4. So this area is pretty much cleared out, I would say. Alright, so I will cut and I'll see you guys when I find something else that's interesting. Oh, actually, that's a troop ship right there. Can't loot that. 4, 5. Okay, that's actually pretty tanky. Oh, I lied, that is not a troop ship. That's a ship that summons other ships. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, you can sell weapons, but these aren't purple, so I'm only taking this for the value of the price under. You can see you can actually instantly sell those. Decoy device, I've never seen anyone use that. Okay. So yeah, core ore, basically always an instant fill. Alright, so now for real this time I will cut and I'll see you guys when there is something else interesting to clear. Alright, here as you can see someone eliminated a player, so that's the first elim. I think if I remember well, there's maximum 10 people that can be in one match at a time in Mashmok. So just keep count of that in your head, and you'll be able to judge if it's gonna be dangerous or not to extract at the moment. Now obviously that guy, he was playing Falcon. That Hurricane, actually he stood a chance, but I'm not sure how the Hurricane lost to Falcon. Maybe because already low from clearing mobs. Oh yeah, that's an enemy. That's a player. Alright. Yep. What is that? A Stego? Alright, Stego for Aquila is an easy pick. They can't really do anything against you. Especially in Mashmok. Just keep high altitude. You will outrange them. There's literally nothing they can do. As you can see, it completely got destroyed. Okay, that was pretty good. We'll see if he had any loot on him. Alright, there we go. Now just gotta clear out these mobs. Can I get the troop ship? Yes, we can. Okay. Now there are 2 heavy units on us, so this is gonna be 4 lootable corpses. Still can't figure out what to call them yet. Okay, what is that? Okay, it seems like the Stego redeployed. That's fine. Just have to use our hook. He's stunned. Okay, the enemy aggroed on the Stego. That's nice. We're basically tacting him now. Trying to run away, but that will not work. 2, 3. His shield is basically useless, so do I feel bad for him? Kind of, but I should have not taken Stego. Gotta execute him so that he doesn't come back. Speed is of the essence in this game mode. I cannot stress this enough. You go in, see what you can take. Oh, there we go. That's another 20. We got some corite ore. There we go. Let's see if that Stego had anything good. Okay, nice. He got some stuff, so we don't need those 2. There we go. Guaranteed 40. Remember, keep an eye open for all enemies, any abnormal fast movements, because those are most likely players. Anything here? 8-4, we can replace that. No one buys that. We can replace that with that. The corite ores are always instant fills, remember that. And also these glider parts, they actually surprisingly sell very well. Also, I recommend you guys to play this on low graphics because it actually makes it much easier to spot enemies from far. As I don't know if you guys noticed earlier, the Stego, right? It just looked like a black blob that really stood out from all of the surroundings. Now, if you had a high graphics, if that Stego was running any sort of camo, which he was not, he would, yeah, okay. 100, 120, 40. Okay, we are getting shot. Yeah, that's a Falcon. That's enemy Falcon. 1 hit. Okay, so what he doesn't know is that he's actually not doing any damage. He's not taking any maneuvers, so we can tank that. Our execute so he doesn't come back. Now, if we execute him fast enough, he will not be able to launch the redeploy beacon. Now, that was a fumble on his part. He's gonna be redeploying in like 20 seconds, so we gotta get the loot quickly. Discard that, discard that. Remember, speed is of the essence in this game mode. Alright, there we go. Easy pickings right there. This is what a corite storm looks like. So we are getting closer to the extraction point. 3 kilometers left to travel. It's normal. No one has been aggroed over here. And once your energy is low and you're getting close to the extraction point, I really recommend, if you're low like me, like I'm half health, so I won't be able to survive any dives. Just look around you, then pop in a... Oh wait, no, that's not what I wanted to pop in. What am I saying? What am I doing? Yeah, just drop in this. Alright, nice. We're back to full HP. So now here comes the hard part about Mashmok. After you killed a bunch of enemies, killed maybe some mercs. Killed 2 mercs until now, I think. Okay, no, we killed 3 mercs, but yeah, it's 2 mercs. Okay, that's actually good. Stellaris is actually a hard counter to... Okay, this is gonna be a hard fight. Welkin is a pretty much hard counter to Aquila. We'll be able to fight it though. Okay, with Welkin, you gotta make distance. You gotta make good distance. You want to conserve your energy. 2, 3 hits. Okay, he's like, okay, that's bad. That's really bad. That's really bad. That's really bad. Okay, he failed his combo. So what a Welkin player will try to do is close the distance, and okay, enemy down. Please let me execute. Execute. No. All right. Okay, well basically what a Welkin player will try to do is get close to you and then put him into your cage, right? And put you into a cage fight, and then basically unless you have your hooks ready, you're basically done for. But hey, we extracted. There we go. And we'll see how much corite we made off of one run. So that was a quick 20-minute run. Obviously you could go farther, but yeah, that was pretty easy. That was no diff. Pure corite ore, bam. So I'll put these all on sell orders and I'll tell you guys what we get. Alright guys, so it's been like 30-ish minutes and not everything has been sold, but look, all the mod boxes have been sold. And corite ores, not all of them, but you got bam. So we have 365. That was a 20-minute run, so it totally took like about 1 hour. So let's just collect all the stuff and see. Let's see how much we get. Okay, so we started with 365 and we gained up to 574. So that's like what, 110. So yeah, that was an easy 110-ish corite. Now obviously this is like, it's not the fastest method, right? This is not, actually no, this is not the biggest haul, but hey, it's free corite, free premium currency. You don't gotta spend, that's like $1 worth of corite there. So yeah, if you want to do that, do that. Obviously, if you have a job, you know, you could like work your job and like get more corite. But you know, if you don't have a job, if you don't have money, this is the way. Alright, well, that's it for this guide, this tutorial. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys found it helpful. I do stream MechaBreak on Twitch and stuff like that. We'll be posting more content, so leave a like, subscribe, go follow my Twitch. I would appreciate it a lot, and I'll see you guys next time. Yeah, bye-bye.